Yo, welcome to Elite Table Talk, where we are going to dive into some genuine conversations, some juicy information with some health professionals or other professionals in their own field, from doctors, accountants, lawyers, chiropractors, you name it. We are literally interviewing these people to help unpack their routines, discover what works for them and what doesn't, so we can dive into their personal life and their professional life so you can capture some valuable nuggets that you can use to help your own health and fitness journey. So let's dive in. Yo, welcome to the episode where we've got 10 minutes and we're going to dive deep. Timer starts right now and we have 10 minutes to ask Kathy few questions. Let's see if we can get through it in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. From personal to the whimsicals and getting close and personal. So, Kathy, question number 1, what do people misunderstand about you the most?
Limitations that they place on me when they label me as a dietitian, which personally, yes, I have that degree. And there is so much more that I have done post-graduation.
What's your favorite childhood memory?
My favorite childhood memory? Oh.
Wait for it. Here it comes.
Oh, this is gonna be the first thing that popped into my mind. I'll say the first thing that popped into my mind is actually when I fell off my bike and hit a tree. No. And I was very, very injured. And my dad was at home and he wrapped me up in like, I basically looked like the mummy for a while.
How did you meet your significant other?
I don't have a significant other. I am the significant other.
What?
I am the significant other.
PMS, pass me the significant.
I believe in working on myself. I believe in just being the best version of myself will one day attract that person into my life.
Which is yourself, so you're already up by one. What's your biggest failure and what did you learn from the experience?
Yeah, failures are just stepping stones towards success. I have failed many, many times in my life. What's my biggest failure? Probably my relationships, my past relationships. And I have learned how to relate to people a bit better, right? So I have been in a codependent relationship where codependent relationship is where you have a victim and a savior and a perpetrator, right? And between two people, you kind of slide between these three roles. So I really learnt healthy dynamic, what a healthy relationship looks like. And then also like this latest relationship where I was in a relationship with a narcissist. No! And saw through him in only 3 months because that was a success. So failure was I didn't listen to my intuition when it was screaming at me with red flags.
Stop it. Get some help.
That was a giant failure. The lesson is, well, now I'm relearning to listen to my intuition, really. So there's a lot of lessons that came out of this one. Again, learning how to relate to people better and just learning healthy relationship dynamics.
If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
Kindness.
God! Wow!
What's the best compliment you've ever gotten?
Oh, I've had a few really good ones. When I woke up from surgery, I had a friend message me. I sent a photo and he said, "You just look like you've been through a mad workout." After an 8-hour surgery.
Oh, it's just a normal day. This is a fun one. What's an insult you've received that you were proud of?
An insult I received that I'm proud of?
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's been quite a few over the last 6 months. I have been called scary and vengeful and aggressive and...
Who are you?
Why I'm proud of these things is because I look at who is saying them, and what it really highlights to me is, well, this person doesn't have the life that I want to live.
Yeah, boy, oh, me.
And perception is projection, and I can see how your past experiences may make you think that this is who I am, and that is just your perception of me. It's not who I am. I am known as many different things. Like on the other side, I've got other people who say beautiful things about me. So yeah, learning Lots of lessons there.
How would your parents describe what you do?
I help fat people lose weight. That's what they would say.
Yep. What is a funny story your family tells about you that you'd like to share?
A funny story my family tells about me. Oh my gosh. I'm blank.
Okay, pass. What's your favorite holiday movie? What does it say about you?
Oh, my favorite holiday movie. It depends on the season, right? If it's Christmas season, I'll just watch Christmas movies.
What has been your favorite job you've held?
Definitely the one I have at the moment. It just, I love what I do and it doesn't feel like work to me.
Your least favorite job to date?
My least favorite job today. Sorry, Dad. Probably working for him in the office. Just the email voices. Oh, man.
If you could go back and give your 18-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Oh, gosh. This is huge.
Wow, okay. That's what you want to say?
No.
Right.
Wow. No, but Carl, thinking about where I was when I was 18 years old, before the implant surgery, before getting on birth control, before it was literally before all the mess. So for me, I call myself kind of a late bloomer, 18 years old. I was just starting to get interested in boys because I was just starting to go to uni. Oh, wow. My biggest advice would be to just focus on myself and my journey, and it would have to be something to do with boys as well. Just don't. Just don't. Not yet.
3 most influential people in your life and how they impacted you.
I would say my empowerment coach, Paula B. I would say how they impacted me. I would say you as well, Carl, as my fitness coach. So my 2 favorite coaches. I love all my coaches.
Good job.
But you guys have really seen me over the last 5 years, and I think like 2 and 5 years really grow into the person that I am, and just witnessed me and supported me in all my decisions. And who would be person number 3?
Simba.
The cat. I'm just going to leave it at 2 for now.
Okay. Not even your own self? I am number 3, she says. What does your morning routine look like?
My morning routine at the moment is... my morning routine at the moment is snooze my alarm, stay in bed for an extra half an hour and breathe or visualize, and then get up, drink tea or water and go for a walk.
Oh my.
All right, whimsical and off the wall. I'm going to just mix this up and go down a little bit. If you won $10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on?
10 million is a lot. I would divide this between investments and something like I would breathe first and then decide what I want to do with it. But definitely charity, investments, build the business, and these investments could also possibly be, investing into Vitruvian Health, investing into who
Possibly.
I want to... Yeah.
Possible?
Yeah, probably it would go down the route of who do I want to see grow, who do I want to invest in.
Crying, take action.
We need more good people with money, so I would invest into people that I believe in will make a positive impact.
If you had to write a book tomorrow, what would you write about?
Becoming emotionally comfortable within my own skin.
Wow.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Like what I don't like about people.
Yeah. Taking out the trash.
Psych!
Not anymore because I live alone and that doesn't get to me anymore, right?
Yeah,
So
but people that don't take out the trash, they just put it at the door. I'll do it tomorrow.
maybe the recycling.
Like here's a pet peeve I have is when you go to chalk your hands up and there's like barely any chalk and someone doesn't put it up and then you go to put the chalk in and your nails scrape against the metal frame and it just gets in your nails. It's like, oh.
Emotional, damn it!
That's hilarious. I don't know what my biggest pet peeve is. I don't know.
Okay. What do you think the world will look like in 5 years?
Oh, in 5 years? That's not that far away. Well, technology is advancing really quickly.
What do you mean by that?
AI is advancing really quickly. I think we're going to see more controversial stuff about ethics and AI.
And that's time.
What?
That's question 37, and that brings us to the end of 10 minutes. As we can see, Kathy is someone who gives a lot of information and detail and is always there to help people. Thus, she will probably never be able to do the 50 questions unless she goes, yeah, nah. That's the beauty of Kathy O, and that's why I enjoy doing these rounds. Till next time, adios, amigos. Welcome to the extended edition for those that are like, but Meryl, Carl, I want to know all the answers to all the questions. That's exactly what Kathy said, and that's why we've made an extended version of the 10-minute round. Okay. So question 38, what's one lesson your job has taught you that you think everyone should learn at some point in their life?
You have the power to heal yourself.
Because this is an extended version and we don't want it on a timer now. Do you want to hear a fun story?
Yeah.
So, you know when you say, everyone has the power to heal themselves and people would say, oh, I don't believe it. I do this thing where I'll go, we can fix that right now. And they'll go, really? Yeah. It'll take me like less than 30 seconds. This is a special technique I've known for years, but I don't really pull it out unless I really need to. And people are like, really? And I'll talk it up for a few minutes and then I'll grab them by the head and I'll go, I have the power! I have the power! Demons be gone! Demons be gone!
Well,
Hallelujah! Change is upon us! And then I'll thrust them and then people are like, what the hell? I'm like, see? You didn't say that before. That's something different. And they're like, and it catches them to go wow, I can make change quickly.
Yeah. You can. Your biggest limitation is the beliefs that you have, right? And what's a belief? And you're about something, so you can actually change a belief.
Yep. You want in another interesting belief?
Mm-hmm.
Is that when I do these recordings? It's a fun fact on me. Is that when I notice that I've been doing this for a few hours, so I do podcast by podcast, I'll start to I don't really move, and because I'm in a confined space, I sweat. I start to notice the smell. I'm always like, I wonder if the person I'm recording with can smell me.
I'm in Perth, Carl. I'm in Perth. You're on the East Coast.
I don't know this. I wouldn't know, but it's the thing in my head. So now fun fact. Do you always want to be insert professional here? Do you always want to be a wellness coach?
I think that I will always be a wellness coach to some degree and then branch off and do things like write books and speak and, within the industry, the wellness industry.
But when you were, say, 7, everyone's like, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a real boy. You're like, I want to be a wellness coach on stage.
I didn't have the terminology for it. Definitely didn't see myself on stage. Back when I was 7 years old, I looked more at becoming a personal trainer, actually, more of the athletics realm, because I used to train athletics and I just wanted to be a coach. And my own journey kind of took me along the lines of dietetics, which kind of led into the wellness space.
What's one thing about your job or field of expertise that almost no one agrees with you about?
I have a few controversial points, I guess.
You.
Probably, and like even just the fact that you can heal yourself and you can reverse disease, and seeing type 2 diabetes being reversed and seeing ulcerative colitis being reversed, and then GPs saying, oh, you were misdiagnosed the first time. So I believe that all disease is reversible. We have people reversing cancer. How is other stuff not reversible?
What's your favorite productivity hack for entrepreneurs?
Time blocking.
No.
Time blocking.
At what time of the day do you get your best work done?
Morning.
Okay.
It would be
Exactly.
probably from 9:30 till 12.
What underrated tools are indispensable for your job?
Sticky notes.
If you could start a business tomorrow, what would that business be? Vitruvian Health. Oh my God.
I just really like the business that I'm doing at the moment, and then just branching out in the wellness space. Although you know what, I would love to have a cafe
Yep, never having to pay for coffee ever again.
and and a bakery, sourdough bread. Exactly.
Though, just on this, would you rename the business New Fit Wellness to something else? Like with the knowledge you have now? Change it?
If I was doing a sourdough bread business, it wouldn't be called New Fit Wellness.
No, the New Fit bread. No, but like your New Fit Wellness, right? If you like, I did a journaling aspect where I used to be called, where is it? So
I'm in the middle of a kind of a rebrand thing where I have New Fit Wellness will stay New Fit Wellness, and a branch coming out of it is Kathy O.
Yep, so it's brand. Okay. So more on your brand.
Mm.
What occupation other than your own would you like to try? So obviously baking and cooking. Okay.
The
So
baker.
Mother. Great closer questions. What are 3 books you'd recommend to my audience and
A
why?
few moments later.
Oh. Wasn't ready for this one. I love The Alchemist.
Kathy, how could you not be ready for this? Look behind you.
The Alchemist is such a beautiful short story. Paulo Coelho. And it's a short story, and just the journey of it, and there's so many things that you can extract from it that you can apply to your life, and each time you read it you will come out with something different, and something different will really kind of stand out to you, and depending on where you are in your life. So I love that one, The Alchemist. I would also recommend something to do with the power of the mind, which would either be from Dr. Joe Dispenza or Deepak Chopra.
Yep.
What else? I really want to look at my favorites. I have like a list of my favorites in my Audible library. Off the top of my head, book number 3. I need to look behind me.
A few moments later.
Carol Dweck mindset is crucial. So she talks about the research she did and the growth mindset and fixed mindset, and the false growth mindset that we have now emerging. So that's the new edition, mentions that as well. I think it's very important to differentiate between these, to know where you do have that fixed mindset, because this is what, touching on what we discussed, brought up just before, beliefs, that is a characteristic of a fixed mindset where you believe that you cannot change or you cannot improve in a certain area of your life. So having a growth mindset is all about, yes, I can change, yes, I can improve, yes, I can learn, and we got to practice and get better at it.
What are 3 movies you'd recommend?
I don't watch movies that much, but John Wick, okay.
It's only 1, 2, 3.
Just all of the John Wick movies. Is there any? There's another one that I really like watching. There's John Wick, Jurassic Park. Okay, I do have a few movies that I can recommend. John Wick, Jurassic Park. What else? Those are the only 2 that I can think of are worthy.
What are 3 other podcasts you'd recommend?
Ooh, podcasts. Huberman Lab, 100%. Right up there. Know Thyself, great one as well. And Jay Shetty. Like, I've listened to a lot of Jay Shetty on purpose.
Jay Shetty, yep. And what's one question you wish I'd asked you, and how would you have answered it?
A few
I have no
moments
words.
later. I don't know. Just ask whatever questions you have.
And where can listeners find you online?
Instagram, Kathy Ozakovic, Kathy O, wellness coach. Instagram would be easiest, and Facebook. I was thinking about the question before, asking about my values. What am I, again, so this comes...
What are your values, Kathy?
My most important values to me is health and wellness and integrity. Definitely, to me, integrity is when what you think matches up with what you say and what you do, when all of that is in alignment, and when you are being authentically you, when you are living in your own truth and your own values, which for me is health and wellness. And what else? Choice, freedom and choice. How can I create more choice in my life? That's a big one. So I believe that choice creates freedom. So when you recognize that you have a choice, you are creating your own freedom.
Nice. Now we'll segue, because this is an extended series, we're going to segue this into 10 more questions. These 10 more questions come because I've reflected on making changes in my business and my career. So I'm going to ask you these 10 questions, which are the weekly accountability questions. And you'll also probably then give me feedback after. So, number 1, rate last week, 1 to 10, 10 being amazing. How would you rate your week last week?
Remember from last week. I'd have to go back to see what I did last week in my schedule. Generally speaking, like, I'm really happy with where I am and what I'm doing. Studying rebirthing breathwork, really on my self-healing journey, looking forward to going to Bali and immersing myself in that. So each week has been a combination of study and helping my clients move forward in their healing journeys as well. And that's been the major focus before I go to Bali and immerse myself in that breath work. I'm 8 out of 10. There's always room for improvement.
What was your biggest priority last week?
What was my biggest priority last week?
Consistency.
That's always a priority. Consistency is key. Clearing out my phone. That was my biggest. So as part of the self-healing journey, my biggest priority was actually deleting all the screenshots that I had as proof of my ex-boyfriend cheating and lying. That has now been cleared. Letting go, moving on.
But did you finish it all off? Like, did you accomplish it?
Yeah.
Because the third one is, did you accomplish it? And if not, why not? What did you learn last week?
I learned that it's okay to let go. I think that was a big lesson in also just allowing myself the time and the space. Like, this all went down in February. So February, March, April, May. It's been like 3 months. That's been on my phone for like 3 months. So I really didn't, over the 3 months, didn't go back into it, didn't want to look at it, didn't want to consider it. Like, I kind of knew that there would become a day that I wanted to delete it, and I just let that day come by itself. I didn't force it. So it was really just giving myself the time and the space to just process and let it be. And then the lesson was really to just it's okay. Like, just let it be. You'll get to it. Don't.
Let it be. Yeah. What was your biggest career highlight last week?
What was my biggest career highlight last week? This is the thing. I'm just like, I need to look at my schedule. What did I do? I don't remember. Yeah, I had some beautiful clients, and their wins are my wins, and I wrote a newsletter. But this is a thing where, like I said, my clients' wins are my wins, but also my personal healing wins are wins for me in my business as well. Like, I kind of am the business in progressing my healing journey. I see that as a win for my business because I can guide more people. I become a better guide for them. So it's the biggest highlight for me lately is the rebirthing breathwork that I'm learning and studying and immersing myself into, and having those visions and dreams come up and really working through those emotional things.
What was your biggest obstacle?
My biggest obstacle? Probably my biggest win is also my biggest obstacle, right? So this healing journey, I know it all just ties in. Like, it all just feeds into itself. Again, coming from a loving, self-compassionate, give yourself time, but also being gently like, okay, get rid of it now. You've been very loving and self-compassionate towards yourself, and you really don't want any residue of this person in your life, so just time to delete.
What do you need to do to solve it?
Oh, so I just made myself do it. That's the thing, right? So I created the time and the space for me to actually go through my phone and delete that stuff. I actually sat at my office desk for a while just deleting, and another portion of it I went for a walk and deleted. Another portion of it I was at the gym on the stepper and deleted it.
Oh, the stepper's back. Very nice. What's 2 to 3 big priorities you need to happen this week to make it a success?
This week, I'm really excited about this week because I've got this week and next week, and then I go to Bali. So this week I'm focusing again. I have a one-on-one session, rebirthing breathwork, with my coach Karina. That again, creating the time and space for that, and the women's wellness group on Wednesday. I'm really looking forward to holding that again. I have 6 beautiful women tuning in to work on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Thank you. What do you need help with, and who do you need to contact?
What do I need help with, and who do I need to contact? Well, I've kind of got that covered already since I have the session with Karina, and she'll be helping me through that rebirthing experience. Is there anything else I need help with? Not this week, no.
And then I close it off with success loves speed. Those are the new 10 questions I use for accountability. What do you think? Do you like them? Don't like them?
I do like them. It's nice.
That brings us to the end of the extended edition. Are there any final words from Kathy?
Final words. Self-compassion keeps coming up, and seeking guidance. I think that came up before as well. Self-compassion and seeking guidance. I think that we live in a society where you got to do everything on your own. You're encouraged to really build yourself up by yourself, come from nothing and nobody's helped me. I've done this all by myself.
Right.
Yeah, there was a time in my life where I thought that was very necessary as well. There was a time in my life where I wouldn't ask for help and guidance, where I didn't have any coaches, where I wasn't so picky about the environment that I was in. And I think once you start working on yourself, once you start seeking help and really getting to know yourself, again, everything comes back to know thyself. You start to be more open to learning from others' experience, the wisdom that others have gained. Because one of the quotes that I really like is, everything that you read makes you smarter, but everything that you experience makes you wiser. And and now you think about the people that you surround yourself with and their experiences. Are they making you wiser? Coming on from this one, there's another quote that I like, which is, anybody can learn on their own mistakes. A wise person learns from the mistakes of others.
Yeah,
so really taking notice of who you're surrounding yourself with and who's uplifting you and who's dragging you down, and setting those boundaries. And this does require time, self-compassion and guidance, and really never underestimate the power of a sounding board. Those people that you're seeking to help guide you, it's not about them telling you what to do. It's about them creating that space and being that sounding board for you to see yourself and to know thyself, know your intuition, and start listening to it.
Beautiful. That ends the extended edition. Adios, amigos. Kathy, one thing on like the cycle itself is, the cycle is obviously to bring the gift of life into this world, and preparing the womb for insemination of the egg and bringing life into this world. Yet not all of us want to bring life into this world yet. So I know for me and Kate, it's been a journey for the last few years where we're now at a point where we want to bring life into this world. What are strategies? You could do the implant, you could do all this contraception, yet there are side effects that I know my experience with my partner is that she put on a lot of weight real quick, huge fluctuations. I remember there are days where she'd be waking up at 2 a.m. and she'd be like, babe, I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? She's like throwing her guts up.
You know what? Really sorry to break you off there, but this just reminded me of a study that they did they did a study. I really don't remember the ins and the outs of this, but basically they came up with a male hormone pill that suppresses fertility, and they gave it to males, and they had all these side effects, which are exactly the same that women have from having the pill, but they completely ditched the male hormone pill because of the side effects. Yet it's okay for women to have all these side effects, right? So there's huge inequality there. Really interesting, but I see where you're going with this. And personally, I think the best thing will be to know your fertility window. Know your fertility window. Know when you are at that higher risk of getting pregnant, and just abstain, because your body's going to love this the most. Again, you are not your body. You are the consciousness that is observing your body, and you are optimizing that flow and those hormones, and coming back to everything that I do. And the reason I got off the implant and took out the implants as well is because I started noticing what it was doing to my body, and I wanted to be my best, healthiest self. So what is your vision for yourself? Do you want to be your best, healthiest self? And what do you need to do to get there? Remembering that birth control increases your risk of depression and anxiety by 50%. And then there's also all these other side effects that are possible that you'll be dealing with. And are you willing to, again, it's a personal choice. it's a personal choice that every woman can make. If you are willing to deal with those symptoms and manage that, it's a choice. There's no right or wrong here. There's only what's right for you. And again, at 7 years, I was on Implanon. It was the right choice for me then until it was no longer. So I made the choice to change my mind about it and to educate myself a little bit more. Now, whether or not I would have gone down that route with having the knowledge that I have today, I can't say that. I can't know that for sure. This is where the self-compassion comes in. This is where the self-compassion and the guidance, where being compassionate towards yourself of, this is the choice that I made. I'm going to see how I go, and I can change my mind if I don't want it. But in terms of if you're not ready to bring life into this world, know your fertility window and share that responsibility with your partner.
Yeah. Take the pill for a month. They take it for a month. Yeah, seems fair.
That's interesting.
That's another story.
Share.
Thank you so much for joining us on Table Talk. Hopefully you got some insightful information from those health professionals and you can apply it to your own life and own health and fitness. Remember to give us a like and subscribe, share to the channel, and if you feel you'd like to be on the next podcast episode, reach out to us on the links below and we'd love to see you on the next episode. Adios, amigos.